Hey y'all, hey, what's good? This is your girl Kamika, and I am excited. Y'all know I always say super excited, but I am truly super excited about my special guest today. This is gonna be a treat, y'all, and we ain't even gonna take too much time getting into it, but we got an amazing group of women with us today. So without further ado, I'm gonna ask these ladies to join me on stage and then introduce themselves to the group, please, and thank you.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm Deidra Loyd, and I am the owner and CEO of All Things to All People.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah, and I am a therapist that specializes in substance abuse and mental health.
Hi guys, what's good? My name is Ronnie Williams, and I'm also a therapist, and I see everyone with everything.
All things to all people.
Yes.
Well, let me first start off and tell y'all thank you. A huge thank you and huge shout out. First of all, Aaliyah and Renee, y'all was the first. You all were season 1, episode 1, self-love and self-care, and the first. And I just want to tell you all thank you so much for the support that you continue to show to me and to our audience and the podcast. Oh my God, I just want to tell you thank you. And then my girl Deidra. Yes, honey, yes. Deidra is another repeat special guest in season 1. Learned behaviors is what we covered, and Deidra holds the title for most views of any of our podcasts.
Hey.
Representing, yes.
Yes, represent.
Girl, yes. So I want to say just thank you to you ladies. I move to emotion when I think when I look at you and I see the passion and the love and the support that we continue to show to one another. Thank you. But today we are here to talk about ATAP, honey. It's all things to all people. And so, Deidra, get us started. Tell us a little bit about ATAP. What is ATAP and how did it come about?
So ATAP stands for All Things to All People, and I started about 10 years ago. Opportunity presented itself. I have always worked with, we're not supposed to say at risk families. However, that's where we started. And I have always worked with that population. An opportunity came about for me to be able to open my own agency that allowed me to have more control and say so and input. And I felt like just be more impactful overall. And so that's how we ultimately started. I felt a call to do my part in ensuring that we provided quality services, but not just quality services, but people with a team of people who genuinely care about the people that we serve. And I echo Kamika's sentiment about my team, about you ladies. I couldn't do it without you all. I can't be all things to all people by myself, and I need people who are like-minded. So I appreciate you guys like just as much, if not more so. I try to make sure, I want to make sure you guys always know that and feel that. But we're coming up on 10 years this month. And so our main service that we provide is therapy. That's what pays the bills, the mental health therapy. That's our billable services. However, if you know anything about mental health, there are so many layers and so many things that come with that. And as a result, there are other services that we provide when money allows and manpower allows, and you all are a big part of that. And so we do other things. We do advocacy, we do education, we do case management. We show up at court, we write reports, we go to IEP meetings, we do community service. So we literally do strive to be all things to all people.
Absolutely. I love it. And then just for the record, while we are a part of the dynamic team that you have built, this is not all of your providers on your team, right?
Right. So at present, there are 8 therapists, including myself, on the team. And then we have admin staff and a professional biller. And we are looking to grow our staff because we are growing. We are growing. We have gotten some new great contracts recently, and we're looking to continue to grow. We're being approached about some other things. So we're still growing.
Now, tell me how much this 10-year anniversary means to you. When I think about your journey of success, Deidra, right? How does this feel? 10 years of service.
Mm. It kind of feels surreal, um, just because it's always been something that I've wanted to do. Like, if my people that know me from a little girl, they'll tell you that this is something I've always wanted to do. I just didn't know how it would come about. And then for those that know me in my journey, the ups and downs, so it's a big deal to be here 10 years later, to be able to stick it out, because there was definitely some time where some things were going on and I just wanted to quit, but I couldn't. And I'm just as passionate and on fire about our mission today as I was 10 years ago and even before. So I'm excited that I still love what I do. To me, sometimes I pinch myself to be like, wow, I can earn a living doing something that I love so much. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I don't think a whole lot of people can say that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for Deidra. We're going to come back talking about the 10-year anniversary. But right now, I want to tap in my girl, Aaliyah. And just tell us a little bit, Aaliyah, about your patient population or your passion. What's your target audience that you prefer, and some of the things that you see in terms of common themes amongst your clients.
Well, right now, because I'm first year, I'm pretty much seeing everybody, thanks to Deidra. While working at her internship, substance abuse was just not on my radar. However, she pushed and encouraged and made me feel comfortable. So that's how I entered into substance abuse. And I currently do therapy full-time and part-time. And I see families, children, again, those battling with addictions, teenagers, elderly adults. I come from senior care at a hospital, and I just have a true joy with just working with people all around. So I don't have a limit, I guess.
Awesome. All right, now, Renee, what you got, girl? What's your target population? What's your passion look like?
Target population, again, like Aaliyah, this is the first year professionally, but doing this for almost 3 years at this point. I think that I see a little bit of everyone. I'm open doors to everyone because I think that not only can they learn from me, I can learn from them. I see a little bit of everything. I really do. Here recently, it's been targeted with trauma and grief, which I've learned a lot along the way, that, things that I did as just a normal person that was bad or, hinder someone on their grief journey. So I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I never claim to know everything. I tell all my clients that, like, if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to find out. I'm just passionate about people in general. By day, I'm a clinical researcher for Alzheimer's and dementia, so I take care of the brain in that way. And then at night, I'm a therapist and I'm taking care of your emotional health and your all-around well-being. So I'm excited about the journey. I can't wait to learn more. I would like to say I would like to get a specialty, but I don't want to box myself in either. I want to be open to learn more and to grow and to, see different perspectives and different modalities and, just find my way as a therapist.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? I love my teens. I ain't trying to, put myself in a box, but y'all know I love my teens. They have a special place in my heart, as well as my women. But I also love my men as well, because maybe they just keep you on your toes.
Yes.
But let me just ask you all, what are some myths that we can debunk about therapists and or engaging in therapy when we think about communities of color, if you will, and some of the, again, myths that come with stereotypes or thought process that we can just take the time to debunk real quick. For example, therapy. I don't need therapy. I'm not crazy. Crazy people. It is. Is therapy only limited to those with serious mental health diagnosis?
Absolutely not. And so there's also, there's a difference in understanding psychotherapy, then psychology, and then clinical social work even. So there's differences even in that. We don't have a whole lot of time to get all into it, but that hits it on the head. So a lot of times people be like, well, talking to somebody's not going to help it or anything. And actually it really can. So a lot of times I think, especially And I think the myth too is that African Americans don't do therapy. And I definitely, since COVID, since we've been able to do things virtually, I will say that I would say at least 75% of our population that we serve are African American. So that has definitely been a shift. People are definitely more open to it. And I think the stigma has shifted because people are more open and talking about it. And people do realize that it's actually about problem solving. It's about validation, being heard, being able to problem solve. And oftentimes when we're doing our therapeutic process, we're not actually doing anything. The client is doing it. And that's where the change and the work comes in, because they're the ones, they just hear themselves, and then we repeat it, or we reiterate it, or we like say it a little different, and they're like, oh. So yeah.
I know for me, and I want to just give a shout out right now, because I know for me, this is not my career. I have an amazing career that I'm blessed to serve at a national level for a major healthcare organization, but this is my passion work. And I've heard us all use that word. I know that's the same for Aaliyah, and then also Renee, that this is our passion work. We all have daytime gigs, right? But then we also love this so much that we're like, no, I want to serve in this capacity. But when I think about some of the topics, most common themes that I hear, we talk about communication, we talk about healthy relationships, space and boundaries. One thing that I often tell that I'm working with my clients on right now is the holidays is coming. And it's almost the inevitable during the holiday season. We're not outside. The weather is colder. People are inside. They're not socializing the same way that they were in the summertime. So now it's lonely. The walls are almost talking to you, right? And so being intentional and proactive to help them prepare for this upcoming season where they may feel lost. We talk about grief and loss because they're missing a friend or a family member. Or we may talk about just
seasonal depression is a big one.
Just loneliness during the holiday season. So what are some tools that you all are currently working on with your clients to help them prepare for the holiday season?
Well, for me, most people are not familiar or know much about seasonal depression. So instantly, even for myself personally, when it was raining like that whole entire week, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling myself getting into it. So it even triggered me to go ahead and prepare other people for what's to come. Season's about to change. It's going to get cold outside. It's going to get dark earlier. And just being prepared. I was like, so what are we going to do in the wintertime? Get your memberships for the gym together. Go ahead and find you some concerts, something so you can look forward to it later on in the month and keep it pushing and keep it moving. Getting some friends together, probably doing like the Friendsgiving and Thanksmas, so you can still have that family tie if you are not close to your family, or some people are not around. So just keeping yourself busy and active and moving.
Awesome. What about you, Renee? What are you thinking?
Since I have a wide range of demographics, for my primarily adult clients, I have like a list that is like 99 different coping skills. So I always encourage them to look to that list, circle the ones in green that are working, and X out the ones in red that are not working. I also ask them about what their traditions are and if they want to create new ones, because oftentimes people don't have anything to look forward to, whether it's a concert or an event. But if you can start your own traditions at home, something that you might do for yourself or do for your family, go on acts of service for other people, because sometimes it helps to do something great for somebody else and not all about us. So I encourage them to create their own traditions. For my kid clients, I try to tell them to keep themselves busy, as far as ask your mom to get some board games. There's silly things you can do on Zoom now. Even with the whole family in the house, there's things that you can do and interact that way. Again, like Aaliyah said, if you need a support group, those are available. Go to concerts, interact that way. Pick up a new hobby, pick up a new craft. You want to learn how to play the guitar? Go get that guitar and, get the lessons. They're virtually. There's no excuses at this point. But then you also want them to be mindful and thoughtful of their feelings and why they're feeling it. So get a journal. See what's happening. Like, I'm giving you these tools to recognize this. And why am I feeling this way? Yes, it can be seasonal depression, or it can be like I missed somebody, or I lost something, or I need that togetherness, or I need that separation. Because, even though we like our family. Sometimes we like, all right, family, this is a bit much. You know, sometimes you have to create an escape plan from your family. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes you do, because it can just be so overwhelming when people are nitpicking at you or judging you, or you feel like they're judging you. So I feel like I've touched on a range of things with all my current clients. So I'm just letting them lead just with my guidance, like you guys have spoken about.
Absolutely. Deidra?
If I may add, one of the things I encourage people to do is to kind of be proactive, as far as so being in tune with your triggers, being in tune with the time, and also being able to normalize and recognize that it's okay. If you feel like you want to cry, then go ahead and cry. So many times we have an aversion to crying, not realizing that crying has a very scientific reason for happening. Like all of our emotions, crying allows us to get to a more relaxed state, just like breathing. So it's necessary. So being able to help them be proactive, help them to normalize grief and understand the different parts and the stages are not linear, and there's no time thing to it.
Absolutely. One thing that I love about therapy is we just get to be that support to help those who are saying, I just want something different from my life. I've tried it before, but while we're in this space, I want to just acknowledge, like, therapy and therapists is not a one size fits all. Yeah. You got to find the right therapist. So anybody who has say, I tried therapy, it didn't work, this happened, that happened, I'm done with it. No, it's no, bro. There is still hope.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
You have to have that right match for the right therapist. And that's one thing, even with this group, we're each so different, right? Mm-hmm. But in some kind of way, we all are able to come together and complement. And I think that's one great thing about Deidra, is that whenever she gets that client referral, she knows, like, based off of what your needs are, I'm going to send you with my girl Kamika. So when I tell you, whenever I get a client, I get pumped. I'm like, yeah, baby, because if Deidra sent you to me, we're going to have a good time. We got some work to do. So Deidra, how does that process kind of work when you get the referrals and then trying to figure out the right person for that client? So Deidra, how important is it when you get the client referral that you match or pair the appropriate client to the right therapist? What does that process look like?
It's very important. It's very, very important. That's one of the things I do like about the way we do things at ATAP, is that you're not just giving the client blindly. When we get a referral, I do inquire about what their needs are. And based on that, I pair them and kind of get a little feel for their personality, especially if I talk to them personally. I match them based on who I know my therapist to be. So, for instance, I have a therapist that she doesn't do kids, so she doesn't get any kids. Kamika does really well with males. And so I tend to give Kamika more of the males. My therapist, Danielle, she's real good with the kids and the teens. So I give her a lot of the teens. So I definitely take into consideration, and I've had the pleasure of working with everyone on my team for several years. So it's not something I just, blindly do. I truly make the decision based on who I know you guys to be and what I understand the client's needs to be. But even when we do that, sometimes we have the clients, they'll reach out and they say, I want another therapist, or I want to switch. Or my therapist will say, this client's not for me. And because we take that in consideration too, it's not one-sided. My therapists have to be taken care of too. First and foremost, we have to take care of ourselves before we can do anything for anyone else. So it's extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely. And then to that point, when I think about our therapists that we have on our team, and we think about how important, as we're coaching, guiding, fostering spaces for our clients, and we think about, like, how important it is for us to practice every single thing that we are coaching our clients in. I always tell people proudly, I'm a therapist with a therapist. Ain't no shame in my game. When I tell you, because it's a lot to take on, but because this is passion work for us, we all understand the value in being present for other people. Life has life for us. Mm-hmm. Someone in our life has shown up for us, and now it feels like this is an opportunity for us just to pay it forward. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So before we transition, I just want to thank you ladies again for your time today. Give a huge shout out and shout out to ATAP for celebrating the 10-year anniversary.
Yes.
Deidra, what is the plan for the anniversary?
So we are having a fundraiser brunch on October 26th at the Sincerely Event Center off of East 21st Street, 6022 East 21st Street in the Block Suite. It'll be catered by Sincere Catering. If you've ever had Chef Tweet's food, you already know. If you haven't, you are in for a treat. So we're just going to come. We're going to have good food. We're going to have some of our community partners come and just kind of speak on what their relationship is with ATAP and the things that we've done to support them over the years. The money that we raise will go to help fund and support the programs that we do that we're not able to bill for. So, for instance, our girls group Grown that we've done for years, that's all out of pocket. So once we, like we feed the kids every week. So the money that we raise will be able to go to help buy the supplies and the food and things of that nature. And then we'll do ongoing fundraising efforts, but being able to purchase bus passes, being able to provide various needs, because sometimes we give away food, sometimes we help people get furniture, sometimes people need help with the bill. Depending on the resources we have available determines what we're able to do. So our hopes are that we're able to raise some money during this, but more importantly, I want to just kind of pop my stuff a little bit. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my team. I want to celebrate this accomplishment and this milestone.
So let me ask you, as you should, first of all, but if someone wants to donate, how do they do that? Where can they find you to do that?
So I have lots of links, and we'll be doing a lot more advertising on our Facebook page, All Things, the number 2, All People, on Facebook. And then also we have an Eventbrite, and it's open to the public. So you can donate directly, or you can purchase a ticket on Eventbrite.
And then outside of monetary donations, are you seeking any other type of donations that would be helpful?
So we're open, and I get donations all the time. People call me, but mainly people call me and be like, I got some clothes, I got some shoes, you got a bed, and usually I am able to find somebody that needs these things. And I often will go onto my social media and send out requests to my village and say, hey, I have a client in need of this or that. So we're always open to donations. Since we are 90% virtual now, we don't have the office space physically to store things. So usually if someone wants to donate a good or a, like a household item, I like to make sure it goes from one person to the next so we don't have to store it.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, Deidra, since we're on you, before we transition, you already said where the people can find you, but will you give your affirmations, please? And then I'm going to go to my girl, Renee, and then my girl, Aaliyah.
Okay. I can do it. I am worthy. I am loved.
Yes.
All right. I am enough. I got this. And it's okay to stumble. Just get back up.
Yes.
Yes.
And mine is stand 10 toes for yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you. You are enough, and you are the best.
It is. Y'all know what my thing always was. Like, I am hashtag Black Girl Magic in real life. With me. But before we go, I want someone just to take a moment to encourage someone who might be going in a place and space like, I don't know if I need therapy. I don't, take a moment just to encourage that person.
I think that the thing that if you don't start, you'll never know. You already know what the past has already been. You know what you've done, the results of the things you've already done. So what do you have to lose from trying something different?
Absolutely. Just take the first step. And we're virtual. We get nervous too. We don't know who we clicking on to when we open up our computer. We don't know either. We're going to just sit and look at each other for a little bit, but just be open to the opportunity. And we don't take offense. If we're not a fit, we're not a fit. And it's okay. I won't be offended, but I will help you find someone that will fit for you. So, like Deidra said, just take that first step, just that first one, and just see what it's like before you judge it. So, yeah.
And for me, I just want to create a safe place for you to be able to talk and feel free. So let's just be honest. Out there in the world, it's not going to happen. Like, you can't cry in the world. Somebody will think something's wrong with you. But here with me, like between us two, you can say what you need to say. You can cry it out. I just want you to feel comfortable and feel free to just express yourself. So that's what I tell people all the time. Like, it's a kind of a dark sense of humor, but my goal is to make some people cry. Like, just cry, get it out. Like, it's okay.
It is okay. It's okay to not to be okay.
And it's okay to cuss in therapy. It's okay to cuss in therapy.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. Like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. You're an adult. I'm an adult.
Be 100% genuine.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Be free. Just be free. Be free.
Yes.
Be open and be free.
Absolutely. And if you get your child therapy, you should consider it too as the parent. You should consider it too, because it's a two-way street, and we need help on all fronts, because it takes a village for our children.
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time. I say, as a therapist, and even outside of being a therapist, I'm a solid person in real life. Quit playing with me. I really am. But I tell them all the time, like, I know a lot of secrets, and I'll never tell them. Just try me. We are held to an obligation, code of ethics, and the standard. And I'm always amused when clients try to tell me things that they think is going to shock me. Oh, that was it? That was the big wow?
Right.
Okay. But no, it just comes from a place where you can trust us, and we're super empathetic, and we want to be able to connect with you and relate to you, empower you, help you through this journey we call life, just give you some support. You heard Deidra mention earlier, you're the one, our clients are the one that's actually doing the work. That doesn't mean that, oh my God, I don't need some more to do. I have enough going on. It's not about that. But if you raise your hand and say, this is an opportunity that I want to come forward as the best version of myself. We're going to ask you, what are your personal goals? And as you identify what your personal goals are, our job is just to help foster a space to help you grow and develop and obtain positive outcomes based off of what you value. We never ever push our values on you. We never ever tell you this is what you should be doing. That is for you to decide. We are here just to cheer you along the way, give you some therapeutic components and skill sets just to help you achieve those goals that you have. But I want to tell you, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time to come.
Thank you for having us.
For the one time. It's been a little on me, but I appreciate you. And thank you so much for all that you do. Keep up the great work. But oh my goodness, to my audience, what's good? Wasn't that amazing? I am blessed and honored to know women of this caliber, blessed and honored to know just individuals, pioneers, trailblazers, leaders, women of caliber and men of caliber. It's not only women on our team, but individuals who care about other people and want to see them do great. If you are someone who is considering therapy, try us. Not just us. Find you a therapist that can help you do exactly of all the things that we've talked about, because you deserve to pour into yourself. You have been present for so many other people. Now is the season. Now is the time for you to invest and pour into yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself going into this next season of your life. But until next time, know that I love you and I mean it. Let's get it. Let's grow. Have an amazing day intentionally. Bye.